What is up, good people of YouTube? This is Shaun with Future View Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a full match of Capture the Flag on Operation Riverside. And I normally wouldn't upload a long match like this. I've done one more with a specific purpose, and this one was kind of requested, and you will actually get to see what I can do in the tank, which I'm not a real great tanker, but I'm pretty good at it. I know what I'm doing when I really kind of go hard on the tanking. And I do enjoy tanking quite a lot when I get the chance to. I have some strokes of genius. I've been doing a lot more tanking since Endgame came out. I'm not really... I love the vanilla maps. I think they're some of the best maps, and this is where I make a huge mistake. I'm going for it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to automatically run in and go for it. And I get shot down by Mr. Tank Mine guy. Now, at the beginning of a match, there's a lot of times where you can actually get pretty lucky. As you see Jaymo kind of blunder the chopper. And as I was saying, you can get kind of lucky at the beginning of some of these matches, and you can snatch a quick, easy flag. Now, I'm sitting here trying to find my range and really get back into the shooting and stuff. My accuracy at that point was definitely nowhere near my best with the ACE. I'm usually very accurate. Now this right here, I would consider, that's where I messed up. I hit the wrong button. As you can see, I'm just trying to get back a little bit used to it. And this guy is focused on our helicopter. He's focused on something or another. Focused on our base, and it gives me a chance to repair tool instead of shooting him with the RPG. Now, had he circled around to see me, I would have RPG'd him. And this is where the fun begins. I am generally against spawn vehicle stealing, but if someone jumps out of the vehicle and leaves it for you, to me, that's the enemy team just gave you a gift. And if they give you a gift, you might as well get some use out of it. As you see the helicopter start coming down after me, trying to take me out before I can steal the tank. And the stolen tank on these maps could be hell. And I fell with the RPG. I don't hit him with the RPG. Our helicopter's coming in to try and help me out. He's keeping him off the tank. I got Jay over here helping repair. And this is really pretty good teamwork. Like, that RPG should have actually hit him, I think. Personally, in my opinion, that should have hit him. There have been a lot of times where I probably should have gotten hit. Like, I think right there, I probably could have hit him if I'd shot just a little bit sooner, but I was readjusting to the buttons. I hate how on the PlayStation, it changes your buttons on shooting and gadgets in the tank. The gadgets becomes the shoot button from the infantry, and I understand why now, because I played with them reversed, I played with them switched in the settings, and DICE was actually, they actually put a pretty good bit of thought into just the normal controls on the PlayStation. And yeah, I mean, I would rather be able to shoot by clicking my mouse, but then there are times where if I'm in a tank or something like that, if I'm not using the Frag FX, if I'm in a helicopter, the shooting with the right side, you're aiming with your right hand, your aiming hand, it can actually throw your aim off pretty good. And you see right here, this is the big downfall of the Frag FX, just the sluggish tank controls. If you could adjust your tank sensitivity, that would be so freaking awesome. And in the PC, I see people, they can, yeah, their tank sensitivity is just insane. They can pull like straight up 360s and 180s in the tank cannon in under like just a flick of the wrist, which is beautiful. I wish you could on the PlayStation, but you can't. And I'm just trying to keep this helicopter at bay. Jay's trying to get me repaired. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jay his shout out and let you guys know, no, I did not capture the flag in this match. I was just the taxi. Jay did all the PTFO, and he was one of the main people who really wanted me to upload this. I had a couple other people ask me, hey, can you upload a little bit more vehicle gameplay? I mean, it is Battlefield, and this is where their chopper retreats, and I'm like, yes, attack mode. Your tank can take a pretty good hit in the front, especially from the little scout copters. The minigun is not exactly the most effective weapon on armor. And as you see right here, we're just kind of going back and forth. I go in to attack him, and he's back up. He's fully repaired. But that exchange is over. I'm taking down your chopper. And now I'm going to go up here and start harassing your people at your flag. A big tip for tanking on in-game, especially capture the flag. Be aggressive, but don't be stupid. Play a specific lane that you are very familiar with your cover around you, with the routes. And be ready to back up. If you can't take the flag, if you have to back off of the flag, that's fine. I mean, it happens all the time. Even the best of us have to retreat every now and then. A tactical retreat is not always a bad thing. It's usually the best way to survive, especially in the tank. Because when you're in a tank, especially the enemy's tank, they're going to be coming after you. They're going to be pissed off because that guy jumped out of his tank and left it for you. And right here, I'm just kind of randomly spam shooting. I'm trying to take out these mines. I'm still trying to learn my range in this tank. Got him. Jay's got the flag, I think, and it's about time for us to start capturing the flag. And I'll show you one of my favorite tactics for capturing the flag. Or I don't think, actually no, someone else has the flag. Jay's getting out to get it though. And I think this is a regular 100 ticket server. I think it's 3 flags. I can't really tell with the little mini screen that I have to watch. If it is, you'll see that's the only flag that me and Jay don't actually catch. The rest of them were pretty much all us, if I remember correctly. I actually haven't watched this video all the way through yet. But yeah, and right here you got people just attacking, and I'm trying to back us up. This is a big tip for capturing a flag. If you're transporting the flag carrier and you can back up, I should be using my HMG while my AT or AP rounds are reloading, but I choose not to. If you can back up, this is why I say use a route that you're familiar with, so you don't do like I'm doing and run all the way off the road. Because if you can back up and get back to your flag, you can take a lot more hits in your front than you can in your ass. If you ever turn your back to the enemy in a tank, then you might as well just consider yourself destroyed. And here I'm just gonna randomly shoot some shots, try and keep people who, if there is anyone in our base, suppressed. Get turned around, and Jay jumps back in. We're back at it again. Back into attack mode. And a tank is a really easy way to get a bunch of kills in capture the flag. You can get a shit ton of kills in a tank if you do it right. And some people will cheese it up. They'll throw on the guided shells and they'll just pick off anybody who jumps into a dirt bike. I like the HMG. Even though you don't see me use it much in this clip, there's a lot of times where the HMG is just, it's a big part of the strategy in the tank. As far as the way I use it, it's one of the best ways to really stay fully aggressive. You can take out helicopters with it. You can take out infantry with it. It's not like the guided shell where you're just kind of just kind of bound to one specific target. And here comes a helicopter again. A lot of people are like, why don't you go underneath the helicopter, turn around, and take them out? Well, simply because of A, the weakness of my controller is the slow-ass turn radius in the tank. And B, it's a scout helicopter. If I can get them to arc down while they're trying to shoot me, it's different from an attack chopper. An attack chopper has a little bit more punch to a tank. You can take pretty good front hits from the scout copter all day, especially if you have someone who will get out and repair you in the process. So yeah, that's kind of the safe mode. That's kind of my fail-safe, having Jaymo in here repairing the tank. And I'm kind of just his source of a way to take the flag. So here we are. We're on our next push up to the flag. I believe we capture this one too. I'm not sure if that's a 3 or a 6. It's probably a 6 now that I'm trying to look a little bit closer. But yeah, we captured pretty much all the flags, I think, except for one. And you see these guys, they're trying to take Jay out. There's where the HMG really does come in handy. When you got infantry that you can't hit with the AP rounds, you can't splash to death, the HMG is just beautiful. So, we got the flag. I'm backing up again. I'm trying to be like, oh hey, wait, the guy with our flag is just over here. He's just down here in the river. So I'm gonna wait for him to pop his head up. if he does. If he doesn't, I'm not really too worried about it. We're getting locked on, so it's a good opportunity to back up, throw up some smoke so I don't get shot. And our team is going to take our flag back. So now it's a good point for us to get our asses back to the flag, which I believe we get back there and they pick up our flag again. I don't quite remember. But yeah, the big strategic point from this match is really use your reverse. Use your reverse. And engineers, there's a lot of guys who would rather use tank mines, which to me is kind of cheesy. You can throw tank mines all over the map and get kills and not have to worry about actually being up on anything to kill it. I would rather be aggressive, but I mean that's just me. I'd rather go in and get my kills than just sit back and just kind of pick up spare change from people trying to take off on dirt bikes and shit. Plus the fact that you can throw out those tank mines if someone in your team, in your spawn, on your team is just kind of running over your tank mines and the enemy takes them out, you just killed your teammate. Which, in some cases, is not a good thing. Usually it's a bad thing, but there might be certain teammates you want to kill. I kind of like hardcore capture the flag because if you're sitting here, you're like Jay. He was jihading his dirt bike. He was getting it set up to C4 somebody, and this guy jumps on and takes off in his dirt bike. That was probably the worst mistake that guy could have made. He took off in Jay's jihad. So naturally, you take off in Jay's dirt bike, he's gonna get kind of pissed off, and what's he gonna do? He's gonna blow the fucking thing up, which he did. Team kill. You know, it's not real nice to your team, but the guy shouldn't have stole his dirt bike. That's about the moral of that story. And you see right here, I'm just trying to avoid any kind of lock-ons, any kind of serious infantry attacks, and that little area right there is good for avoiding a chopper attack, but it's not real great for infantry because they will take advantage of that position pretty substantially. These guys really don't seem to be coming after their flag though. They're focused on attacking ours, and our team is doing a really good job of returning it. Jay's staying in the tank. We're trying to be patient. I always have this real serious itch to leave and go after our flag, but right now the most important thing is to keep their flag off their base while they have our flag. And here comes the helicopter. His little miniguns aren't really doing shit to me. I'm gonna try and pick them off at a distance, which I am terrible at shooting those things down in the tank. There are so many times where I either undershoot or overshoot them, trying to compensate or not compensate for the bullet drop on the tank's cannon, that I just feel kind of retarded. I'm way better at shooting them down with the RPG, and I'm actually probably a little bit more successful at sniping them out with the JNG. But anyways, while we're at a little boring portion where I'm just kind of hiding like a bitch, I'll be having another video coming out. It's going to be probably a little cliptage of some recon, and I'll have another vehicle cliptage. They're not going to be real heavy montage-y type things, but I'm going to upload them and go over some strategy with y'all. Then I'll probably start doing some more series, some more tactical advantage, and I'll probably go back to doing viewer's choice again. So let me know what kind of loadouts y'all like to see, what kind of game modes y'all are curious about, like my strategies for it, because I can give you strategies on almost anything. There's certain game modes I really don't play. There's certain maps I really don't care for, but who knows, I might get on some of those just for you guys, because I love my subscribers. I'm glad that I have them, and you guys have been really cool, even being patient with me during times where I've been kind of inactive. I know Jay bitched at me the other day about not uploading enough, and it's like, yeah, I understand that, bruh. I stay so busy sometimes. And then there are just times where I just don't have the motivation to get on and really work on a video. Which I'm not partnered, so I'm not like I'm not like machinima partnered or anything, so I'm not locked into a specific quota that I have to upload, and I'm not really locked into anything like, oh, I'm making X amount of dollars off of my videos, at least yet anyway. But I do these videos mainly for fun, mainly to give y'all some strategy and some insight on a game that I have really just kind of seriously enjoyed. I think Battlefield 3 has been my favorite shooter. And this is coming from playing Call of Duty and stuff like that, which I'm not a fan of Call of Duty anymore. The last Call of Duty I actually had fun with was probably Black Ops. So, me and Call of Duty, we're not real tight. I think it's kind of gotten all cheesed up and everything. And now you kind of see, this is just where my impatience is about to start getting to me. Once their helicopter is down, I think I push up. I'm like, alright, we're going to go after their flag. We are going to attack their flag. Or attack our flag with their flag. But it is important to keep a cool head and kind of keep yourself, if you have the flag or if you're transporting the flag carrier, stay as safe as possible. Stay away from any enemy vehicles. Try and keep the choppers off of you, because the chopper is generally going to be the one to attack you and completely fuck you up if he knows what he's doing. Reactive armor is a major plus. Having proximity scan on your gunner is beautiful. It will save your ass more times than not. It is it's one of my favorite reasons why having Jay in my tank. So yeah, he keeps proximity scan on, so I can keep my reactive armor up and take a couple extra shots. Proximity scan saves us from being C4'd to death, and yeah, those are technically my strategies. Just kind of keep yourself alive with the tank, while transporting the flag. Smoke is great because everybody and their mom wants to use javelins, and if they're not using javelins, the helicopter's trying to guided shell you. And if the helicopter's not trying to guided shell you, then someone over on Caspian border has a SOFLAM set up on this map, and they're going to shoot you from like 3 different maps away. I might be exaggerating with that, but it'd be funny if I wasn't. Could you imagine getting shot by someone from a whole different map and just kind of dying? It'd be like the match you played before and their lag was just so terrible that you had that delayed death reaction. But yeah. Now my next tank gameplay will be a lot more exciting. This is just, it's really just, in my opinion, a really good strategic use of the tank. Granted, I did steal their tank, but you know, the guy gave it to me, so I'm not going to call it a steal. I believe they eventually do take out my tank. I'm not sure when, but I think they do. And you see right here, we're just trying to keep everyone kind of pushed back. Someone else has our flag. I guess they're going to actually capture it. So we're going to focus on farming a couple kills, just keeping people kind of preoccupied to where they'll... and I think this is about to be the point where my tank goes down. He's disabled, and yep, there goes my tank. So they finally took me out in the tank. I killed him. We took out each other. And I believe me and Jay actually go back on the attack, or I think I get the chopper. I'm not sure exactly what happens next. Yes, I get the chopper, and I kind of attack them in the chopper for a little bit. And I like flying the scout helicopter. As you see, I'm changing my controller. I am definitely not going to use the Frag FX for flying. A lot of the times, I have been RPG'd just for changing my remote. There are times where I'll take off then change it, because I simply hate people who just try and spawn camp constantly. There's just so much of that on in-game, and I think the worst that I've ever dealt with is this guy. He was, his name is Still Two Stroking It. Still Two Stroking It. He was a friend of mine's friend. He literally just kept bringing the helicopter around on our spawn. I think he tried to steal our helicopter a couple times. Then he had a couple people who joined him in just complete spawn rape. It was really just one of the most annoying instances that I have dealt with in Battlefield. And it really does bother you when people do that. It's a cheap ass tactic. It's, I don't know how people have fun doing it, just camping in a team spawn, but you know, it's one of those moments where it's like, dude, you really need to go to hell. You need to get a life and all that. Right now I got Jay working on trying to repair the helicopter. I just treed it and I'm like, yeah, we're kind of screwed. Nope, we're going up. I'm gonna arc back so that There he is. He goes right over me. Up. I call that the Top Gun maneuver. And I pick him out of his helicopter, and I go ahead and take out his little couple of buddies in there too. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how I get revenge for Jay when he gets shot out of my helicopter, and he jumps back in. I believe that was actually a really nice play in the helicopter, and yeah, if you can do something fun like that, it really makes the game worth it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this long ass video with me just kind of randomly talking about shit. If you want to see more raw gameplay, I'll upload it. If you want to see more raw gameplay with the in-game comms, I am definitely going to be trying to work on figuring a way of getting that to where y'all can actually fully hear it. So that should be coming up here pretty soon. You'll get my recon cliptage and some vehicle cliptage, and then I am deleting every video off my hard drive so I can start fresh and actually start uploading on a regular schedule. Anyways, have a good one, YouTube.